Hey guys, what's up? My name's Tony and this is Let's Review. We're looking at Fantastic Beasts today, which is the new film by J.K. Rowling. I went to see it last night, and if I'd give you some of my viewpoints on it. To start with, not a Harry Potter fan. I've seen the first one. It was kind of at that age where I wasn't going to be into it. I think it was about 17, 18 when it came out. No, I was doing other things. I was eating far too much pizza and drinking far too much alcohol to go and watch a little wizard running around. But that's just me. So this one went in with a bit of an open mind. I didn't really have any predetermined images from anything. I hadn't really followed any trailers. I'd seen the trailer at the movies and that's about it. So this is going to be pretty much spoiler free. As much as I can do. You know, if I forget and let something go, I apologise deeply. However, I will try and avoid every spoiler possible. So this one I went in with quite an open mind. I knew it had something to do with wizards, as is J.K. Rowling. Of course it's going to. I know it's based on a book, and I know they wanted to make maybe another 4 or 5 after this. So I was expecting a bit of a setup movie. You know, I wasn't expecting too much to happen. Overall, I left the cinema. One way to put it, and it's probably going to offend some people, is meh. What? It was alright. It's above average film. Is it a classic film? Did I enjoy it more than Harry Potter? The first Harry Potter didn't make me want to go and see any more Harry Potters. This film doesn't make me want to go and see any more Fantastic Beasts. It's a film called Fantastic Beasts. And what the premise is, basically this guy heads to New York to release a bird for some unknown reason. And he goes to release this bird thing. However, some of his beasts escape, and that's about it. And you know, it's a film called Fantastic Beasts. You'd think at that point it would then focus on the Fantastic Beasts. It kind of does. There's 4 beasts escape, maybe. There's one that's like a platypus thing. That's the best beast in the film. That likes shiny things, like a magpie, so it goes around stealing gold, necklaces, that sort of thing. And there's a couple of scenes within, and I like the way they built that character up. The rest of the beasts were kind of just like cameos almost, and that was a bit of a shame. I kind of wanted the film to be so concentrating on them beasts, and I would have loved to have known more about them, where they come from, how he came about getting them, etc., etc. But it kind of just wasn't. Which for a film called Fantastic Beasts isn't that good. I have a feeling that's probably going to be number 2. I would have a feeling that the beasts are going to be shown more, and this was, again, that setup kind of thing. I want to say it in 3D. 3D effects were amazing. They were really, 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 really good. There was one where we were on the beasts. It's like a flying, kind of a bunny. He has no idea what it was, but it kind of came towards the camera. And there was quite a few bits like that where things stayed outside, because it was 3D, outside the screen, so to say, for a long period of time. And, you know, be it jewelry flying around, be it these little, you know, this little beast thing. And that was really impressive. I was actually quite impressed. Set designs, quite good. Sound design was really good as well. The overall feel of the film was pretty good. And with it being totally separate from the Harry Potter universe, there is a few references back. Not many, a few. They mentioned Hogwarts twice. Maybe 2-3 times. Not many. And the whole story set up at the beginning via newspaper pages. And it's like, oh my god, this happened, this happened, this happened. And that's them things at the beginning, your dislike for the main baddie. But it's like, if you imagine the beginning of a Fast and Furious film with whoosh, 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 loads of things going on, it's that. The newspapers are like bang, 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 and really quick. I would have liked to have seen some sort of sequence. I would have liked to have seen the guy, the main baddie, who's going to be for the rest of the films, which was played by Johnny Depp for some reason. Don't know why. I would have liked to have seen him do something like, you know, kill a bunch of people in Europe or destroy a building using something that made you dislike that guy from the beginning. But it was hard to dislike him when he was just in newspapers. Like, Yeah, there was little bits of video, like, typical Harry Potter, the newspaper pictures move. But it didn't really gauge you into the story. And I just watched this flying around stuff. You're kind of like, I'm a bit confused what's going on. And then just straight into the film, absolutely straight in. I would like seen a bit more in there, a bit darker at that point. A bit of, right, I really hate this baddie. Or maybe even if he killed one of the beasts at the beginning, again, would have really made you dislike him, really made you want to hate him. But there was nothing to kind of hate him for, because it was just very quickly over and done with. I felt the film, I think is a good word for it, is contrived. Everything was contrived towards the next film. Nothing really, it just felt like each scene was, right, this is happening because they need to make a sequel, or that's happening because that needs to be the next sequel, and so on, which is a little bit of a shame. And contrived's a good word to use, because that is what happens. There are some really good scenes in the film, some fantastic ones. Some I was really like, wow, that's really well done. The CGI is, as I said, brilliant. 3D effects really, really good. Some of the scenes I was sitting there like, yeah, this is good. I can really get into this. Next scene would just be like, really? Just get on with it. And that was a bit of a shame. The pacing was a little bit off me. And 2 hours 20 long, which is a long time for, well, a kid to sit through a film, let alone an adult to sit through a film. 2 hours 20 was a long time for a film, I thought. I don't know how long the Harry Potter films are. I said I've seen the first one. That's about it. And yeah, the main characters, you had the main guy. You know what? He's that. I don't know his name. I'm trying to think. It's something like The Shambles or something. That just shows how much it's stuck in my head that I can't remember the main guy's name. Nope. No, gone. Again, just tells you he didn't grow throughout the film. Like, he ended up being the same guy at the beginning as the end. And when I'm watching a film that's going to take over 5 parts, I kind of wanted to, or 4 or 5 parts, I wanted to see him grow. I wanted the ending to be, oh my God, brilliant. He's grown. He came here as a shy person, and now he's done this or this. And it wasn't it. It was kind of left a little bit awkward at the end. Again, no spoilers, so I'm not spoiling anything. But I think the ending could have been a tad different, and it could have made a big difference. You've got basically him. Then you've got a magic agent person who isn't liked by the Order, the Magic Order in America. In this film, American magic's dealt very differently to the ones in Harry Potter world. In Harry Potter world, they jumped on the train and then went to the Magic Kingdom. So it like separated real and magic away from each other. In this, real and magic live together, and it's almost like the magic people are persecuted. So without going too deep, if you kind of imagine a section of society persecuting another section of society, that's what it's like. And that wasn't pushed too hard, which is good because it's a kids film, but you know, like, there's people leading hate campaigns against them, didn't like magic, and, you know, it was real persecution of these magic people. And the woman in it's basically an agent for them, and she sees the main character going off and doing some magic, and she takes him in, and that's where the friendship forms. She has a sister who is, best way to describe her, almost like a Marilyn Monroe type character. She's got something about her. She's quite hot in a way. And she falls for the 4th character, who's a nomad, as they call it. You know, he doesn't know magic, he doesn't do magic. In America, it's forbidden to have relationships or be friends with people who aren't in the magic fraternity. So when this sister meets this man, she's all over him. And I was a little bit confused about that because he didn't do anything to win her affection, or like, he wasn't special. He wasn't, just all of a sudden it was like, wow, right, I'm gonna have a romance with you. It's like, really? It's the first nomad you've met? I'm sure, but again, she's never met a nomad before that we know of, so yeah, you can maybe. Anyway, there's a bit of a strange scene at the beginning where she's half naked, and then she gets dressed and sort of just flirts with him the rest of the movie. There is that look. There's 2 love interests. You've got the love interest between the 2 main characters and the love interest between these. Love interest, probably a strong word, more just casual flirting. It's just flirting all the way through. Again, I know it's setting it up, and again, using the word contriving. I would have maybe liked to have seen a little bit. If you're going to build this romance up, I would like to have seen it a little bit more. It could, again, been done a little bit better. Then what you find out, there's a guy played by Colin Firth who's like a super wizard almost, and he's like second in command of this magic order. There's a woman present at the top, and then he's second in command. And you find out at the end there's a bit of a twist at the end, and he is trying to capture this dark energy. Again, it was the second baddie of the film, I suppose. There was two baddies of the film. And you got this dark energy which is going around. It kills somebody, it causes a bit of chaos. It kills another person. And this Colin Firth character wants to control it and use it to his advantage in some way, shape or form. And basically gets very loosely tied in with the fact that the main guy character managed to get some of this dark energy somehow from a dying girl in Egypt, maybe, and control it. So, yeah, again, very loosely based on maybe would like to see a flashback where he went back and maybe showed you how he did it or explained a bit more. Again, just something I would have liked to have seen in the film. This guy, the main character, carries a suitcase with all the animals in. You can climb inside of it, and the suitcase has all these animals in. And it's like they have different... Something I did like, they had different zones, almost like different biomes inside the suitcase. So some lived in like an Arizona type zone. One lived in like a snow zone. And stuff. I quite like the idea that you went in this suitcase and it was huge, and they all had... Oh, there was another beast. Just remembered, he's kind of like Groot. He's like a flower, like a tree sort of thing. He was quite cute. He played quite a good role. I liked that. He was my favorite character. And there's a bit towards near the end where he like blows a raspberry at the main character, and that made me laugh, which was good because at that point I was starting to get, come on, something happened. So what you got is you got this guy wants to protect all these beasts. He wants to release one of the beasts in the wild. He goes to America. He gets caught up in this thing. There's a big black energy thing, and that's where the whole premise of the story comes wrong. You also have an order, and you've got child abuse issues coming in, and this woman beats her children under her care, and she gets them to hand out leaflets to, not like magic, but not allowed to eat until they give them. And one of the lads in it, he basically gets whipped every night. For some reason, she hates him the most. And he puts it. He's kind of like I don't know how to describe him, like Damien from the Omen character. He's like got this really weird hair, and he's been getting beat so much that he's kind of lost who he is. He's again, without spoiling it, I can't really talk too much about it, but he plays a pivotal role in the film. And I don't know who the guy plays him. I don't know if he's famous or whatever, but again, I found him an interesting character, but again, he didn't really capture me too much. He's called Constantine. I remembered his name. There you go. Constantine. He mustn't have been that bad of a character. It's not an unusual name to remember. So yeah. So that's basically the premise of the film. As a non-Harry Potter fan who doesn't really like fantasy stuff, I would rate that film around about a 7, probably a high 7, not a low 7. It would be pretty much sort of going towards an 8. But for me, there's a lot that held it back from being a classic film. Certainly a good film. Go and see it. I would never say not go and see it. I think it's worth going to see. Will you want to rush out and see the next one? For me personally, no. I got invested at times, and about halfway through, I was kind of like, you know what? I quite like this universe. I think I might even pick the book up, and that's very unusual for me. By the end, I then didn't want to pick the book up. I didn't really want to see the next one. And that's a bit of a shame. Obviously, it's going to be nowhere near the success of Harry Potter. I don't think the characters are memorable enough. I don't think the storyline's memorable enough. I think they could have done so much more with it. I want to see more with the beasts. I wanted to meet more of the beasts. I wanted to get to know the beasts. otherwise, just yeah. Another thing I didn't kind of like, there's a bit towards the end where, you know, like when in Harry Potter, I've seen I've seen bits of it. It's not that I haven't seen any of them, but when they do magic spells, so like and they say the magic spell, and they have battles, and there's like lightning come out of things, and battling and to and fro, and it's all about getting tactics over. In this, there's like the Order have basically like, I don't know, describe them like almost like bodyguards or wizards, and there's a bit where they just get the wands out and just go bang bang. It's something like Call of Duty. Like they didn't say any magic words. There was no tactics. It was just like bang bang, and all just shooting, just like guns. And again, they kind of lost me with the magic universe. It would have been cool if they all said something and joined forces and like the Ghostbusters, get the streams crossed and get going. That would have been really cool. It didn't happen. So yeah, I'm almost tempted to drop it to a 6 as the video goes on. He's still talking because it's not quite a 6. It is a 7, but so I would go and see it. If you love Harry Potter, I'm sure you really enjoy it, and I'm sure my opinions aren't matched. Again, comment below if you got a comment if you think, Tony, you're an idiot. It's a fantastic film. I don't care. Say it. Just my opinion was that there was a lot wrong. So a lot right with it, but also a lot wrong with it. But I hope you enjoyed the video. And I will catch you next time for more film reviews. Catch you later. Goodbye.